Okay. So, hello everybody, one more time. My name is Eliska Fialova, and I am the PhD student at the Applied Environmental Geology at Masaryk University in Brno in the Czech Republic. And the theme of my dissertation thesis is the determination of activity size distribution of radioactive aerosol particles in the atmosphere of selected norm and radon workplaces in the Czech Republic. There are some motivations for the study, for my study at the Geological University and for my study of radioactive aerosols, because the most important source of radioactive aerosol particles at selected types of workplaces is the geological bedrock and rock environment. And the Czech Republic has a very complicated geological structure with the potential for generation a high concentration of radioactive aerosol particles in indoor air. And the Czech atomic law and its regulation define very exactly areas with raised health risk connected with the inhalation of radioactive aerosol particles. And the inhalation of these particles has the significant effect on human health, mainly in the inhalation of short-term radon daughter products. And the estimation of total effective dose is necessary to know, for the estimation of the total effective dose, it's necessary to know the exact size distribution of radioactive aerosol particles. So the aim of my dissertation thesis are the first, to choose an appropriate instrumentation and define a suitable method for determination of activity size distribution of aerosol particles. Then I would like to verify the good function of the method in the laboratory practice in the radon aerosol chamber. And then I would like to measure the activity size distribution of aerosol particles in the real condition at different workplaces with various indoor environment and concentrations of radioactive aerosol particles. For example, in caves, in waterworks, in some mines, or some former mining workplaces connected with mining tourism. If I'm talking about radioactive aerosol particles, I mean mainly the aerosols attached with the short-term radon daughter products, comes from urine radium series. And the picture on the right, it's the Mr. Postendorfer's model of formation of aerosol particles. So after the decay of radon molecule, usually positive charged ions are formed. And these ions are very, very unstable in time. So they nearly immediately form the clusters with the water in the atmosphere. And these clusters, it's very, very small particles, less than 5 nanometers. It's nearly immediately attached to the aerosol particles which are in the atmosphere. So in this time, we are talking about attached fraction, and this is the particles which I'm going to measure during my dissertation. I'm going to measure by the Cascade impactor Dekati ELPI+. It's the electrical low pressure impactor. This is the device which can measure in the huge range of size distribution of aerosols in the range from 6 nanometers up to 10 micrometers, and it has the 14 different stages of impactor. Under each stage, there is placed the sampling plate, and I'm going to put on each sampling plate the Kodak foil with appropriate breaking foil, and I will detect the radioactive radon daughter products at different stages of Cascade impactor. This is some nominal specifications of impactor. Here you can see the different stages of Cascade impactor, and this is the size distribution of aerosol particles which are catched at the different stages with some probability. And because, in accordance with these specifications, it's due to the manual of impactor, I'm going to prepare the theoretical deliberation of separation of radioactive aerosol particles at different stages of Cascade impactor. During the autumn, I have realized the comparison measurement for verifying the function of Cascade impactor ELPI+. And I will not, because of the lack of time, I will not describe the comparison in detail, but the results wasn't so good. And I have the results. No, the ELPI plus Cascade impactor measured during the measuring campaign during the same time and in the same atmosphere different sizes of aerosol particles than the SMPS. This is the scanning mobility particle size of spectrometer, and the difference between these results are very big. So it was the reason why I decided then I will use the Cascade impactor Dekati ELPI+ only in the non-electrical mode, and I will use this device only for sampling of radioactive particles. And together with this device for measuring of concentration of aerosol, I will use the SMPS device. Then I would like to choose an appropriate breaking foils in accordance to ICRU number 49 document. And I will use the detection foil Kodak LR115 with appropriate breaking foil for determination of radon daughter product activity concentration at different stages of Cascade impactor. And then in very short time, I will do the experimental measurement in the laboratory conditions in the radon aerosol chamber of the National Institute for NBC Protection. And during the experiment, I will measure the concentration of aerosols by SMPS, and I will measure the radon daughter products concentrations, but by grab sampling or by continual monitors during the whole experiment. And then I will evaluate the Kodak foil. I will determine.
Please come to an end.
Yes, I will see at the end soon. So I will evaluate the Kodak foils. I will determine the radon daughter products concentration at each stages of Cascade impactor, and then I can compare it with the theoretical balance of activity size distribution at individual stages of impactor. So that's all for.
Okay.